Here we are, it's time to make this video. I'm a bit embarrassed to talk about it, even if it's not a secret anymore, but hey, it's like a public statement, so it makes me nervous a little bit. Hi, I'm your big bro Kanetsu and welcome to my coming out video. Yes, I am gay. I'm 37 years old as recording this, and it took me a while to figure this out. It's like I knew, then I forgot about it, and then I just went on. What I mean is that probably because of geography and my poor mental health, I never dealt with it, and maybe because of my internalized homophobia too. I feel like I have a lot to talk about, so I'm sorry if you don't like long videos. But I have to do this, not just for me, but for all the guys that are struggling just like me and need someone relatable. And I know from experience how this can help. Listening to others guys' stories helped me a lot, and I see from time to time someone going on Reddit and asking the same question I had before. But let's start from the beginning. My biggest problem was accepting that I could have romantic feelings for a man. I had no problem with sex, but the thought of having another man in my house always felt wrong to me. Okay, maybe this is not the right way to start. Let's talk about what made me change my mind and start to question myself. At the beginning of the year I saw Rob Kearney on the Joe Rogan podcast, and it was the first time that I saw a gay guy that could be like me. Saying this now sounds so ridiculous, but I kid you not. Back there I wasn't really aware of the people out there. In the things I like it's very rare, if not impossible, to see another gay person. Not to mention my location, where there is no gay scene whatsoever. Not that I am aware of, at least since I was never interested in it before. I did have liked some girls, but I'm not really sure if I did really like them, or I felt something else since my emotions were all over the place growing up, and I'm not even sure if maybe I did like some boy before. But I talk more about my childhood in my depression video if you're interested in that. So to answer my question, I started to read some books, like The Velvet Rage for example, and the stories inside of them were so relatable that I wasn't believing what I was reading. For the first time I didn't feel weird and different anymore. And all this time I didn't even know why I could not relate to everyone else. It's like I was living the wrong way, or I was trying to live the right way, the way you are imposed at birth. I took some notes from the books to better articulate how I feel and felt all this time. Deep inside, in a way we cannot understand or articulate, we feel we are somehow flawed, bad and unlovable, and that we must fight against who we are to survive. I think that this summarizes pretty much what I did growing up. It's like it wasn't a possibility for me, so I did shut away that part of me. In our society, a gay man is labeled feminine simply because he desires or loves other men. It is the angry recognition and flouting of this conventional cultural stereotype that often accounts for camp behavior, rather than a disturbance in gender identity. The good old stereotypes. I was guilty of not looking past them. I always thought that I wasn't like them, when I'm just like them and there is nothing wrong in that. This may frequently be the case in our society, where, because of social prejudice, the relative lack of role models, the trauma of peer rejection or of rejection by the father, many gay men suffer from an inhibition of their capacity to love other men. My first reaction after figuring myself out was, I'm screwed. I'm too old to be gay. I can't live like this. I thought that maybe it was better to end it. Briefly, but I thought about it. I mean, it's a lot to take all at once. But luckily I was home, With quarantine and lockdowns, I had the time to think and do research about it. Lots of YouTube videos, and seeing other guys like me was very reassuring. But I needed to tell someone close because I wanted to talk about it. I simply could not keep it inside anymore. And it went well. It was very liberating. I don't really care much about what other people, family or friends, think about it. I think that is not their business what I do. And I don't really like the idea of coming out to every single one of them. This is also another reason why I'm making this video, so I can simply share this if they have some questions. I'm an old dude with very little close friends, so it's not that big of an issue for me. But everybody is different, and if you are struggling with your relatives, I'm sorry, but I don't have much advice on the matter. Anyway, another thing that was hard to let go was this dream or obligation of building a family. You know, the one with the house with the white picket fence, a couple of kids, like the ones you see in the movies. And I don't know if it's something I wanted just to make a better family than the one I grew with, or just because it's what you're supposed to do as a cis man. And the more I thought about it, and the more I realized that I really don't want that, but I also realized that you can build whatever family you want, so it's not that big of a deal. I still think like I'm doing something wrong sometimes, but it's way less than before. I mean, it takes time. Just take it easy. You don't need to completely change overnight. Heck, you're not even changing. You're starting to live your true self life. There is no right or wrong to approach this. If someone is a jerk to you because you are inexperienced, it's best if you stay away from him and don't take it personally. A lot of us go through so much shit in life that I find it very silly to fight over this stuff. It's also true that it is easier than ever to be gay now, but not everyone has the luxury to live in a supportive country, and that makes me sad for all my brothers and sisters out there that are still facing oppression. But this is exactly why I need to make this video, and I can't stay in the closet. I have to do this for all the ones that fought for my rights before me. Believe it or not, I was planning on doing this video 2 years from now. Maybe after I moved, if that will ever happen. But then I came to the conclusion that I have no reason to wait. Actually, the more I wait, the more I fail at helping someone in their self-acceptance journey. I'm not even good at lying. So I might as well get it out there so I don't have to deal with it. With what I said, I don't want you to feel bad for your decision. If you are still in the closet, I don't see anything wrong in that if you are not comfortable. This is just how I feel. I'm naive and straightforward. I've never been happy as I am now. I don't even want a boyfriend at the moment. Maybe in a couple of years. Right now I just want to enjoy myself since I feel like I've never lived before. I've also started reading this new book, Out of the Shadows, and the book starts with the story of this 74-year-old man that waited all his life to be himself. And I want to ask you if you are willing to sacrifice your happiness for all your life. I do understand the fear, but I'm more afraid of living a sad and depressed life by being ashamed of other people's judgment because I love a man. I will try my best and reply to the comments as long as I can. Don't be afraid to ask me anything. If I don't like your question, I just ghost you. I'm kidding. I still like to make cheap jokes. After all, it's what this channel is all about most of the time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you like this video and subscribe if you like me. And remember that I am proud of you and I believe in you. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!